she said. I just need some time and space to figure out what I really want. I smiled and replied, take all the space you need. While she was figuring it out with her ex, she came back to find a note taped to the door and froze. I'm Ethan, 33, and 3 months ago I learned that needing space is often code for, I want to see if something else works out while keeping you as a backup plan. My girlfriend Nina and I had been together for 4 years. We met through a mutual friend's game night, hit it off over our shared love of terrible horror movies and Thai food. She moved into my condo about 2 years into the relationship. The place was mine. I'd bought it 3 years before we met, but it became ours pretty quickly. Her clothes in the closet, her plants on the windowsills, her ridiculous collection of scented candles everywhere. Things were good for a long time, or I thought they were. Looking back now, I can see the signs I ignored. The way she'd gotten more secretive with her phone around month 6 of living together. How she started going to yoga class 3 times a week, but never seemed more flexible. The way she'd mention her ex, Dante, more frequently in casual conversation. Oh, Dante used to love that restaurant. Dante and I saw that band live once. Little comments that felt innocent, but added up. The conversation that changed everything happened on a Tuesday night in late January. I got home from work around 6:30 p.m. to find Nina sitting on the couch, looking like she'd been waiting for me. Not in a good way. In that way where someone's been rehearsing a speech all afternoon. We need to talk, she said. I set my bag down. Okay. About what? About us. About where we're going. I sat down across from her. Where are we going? She took a breath. I don't know if I'm happy anymore, Ethan. I love you, but I feel like something's missing. Like maybe we moved too fast. Or maybe I didn't take enough time after my last relationship to really figure out what I want. Your last relationship ended 5 years ago. I know, but I need some time and space to figure out what I really want. For me. For us. I think I need to take a break. The words hit me like cold water. A break. Just temporary. Just to clear my head. I've been feeling really confused lately, and I think some distance would help me figure things out. How much distance are we talking? I was thinking I could stay at my friend Becca's place for a few weeks. Maybe a month. Just to get some perspective. I looked at her carefully. Is this about Dante? Her face flickered. Just for a second. What? No. Why would you say that? Because you've been bringing him up a lot lately. And because I'm not an idiot. This isn't about him. This is about me needing to figure out what I want from my life. I could have fought it. Could have demanded answers. Asked more questions. Tried to convince her to stay. But something in her expression told me she'd already made her decision before this conversation started. This wasn't a discussion, it was a notification. So I smiled. Calmly. Okay. Take all the space you need. She blinked, surprised. Really? Really? If you need time to figure things out, you should take it. I'm not going to stop you. You're not mad. What would being mad accomplish? You've clearly been thinking about this for a while. Go stay with Becca. Figure things out. I'll be here. She looked almost disappointed that I wasn't fighting harder. Okay, I'll pack some things tonight. Take your time. She packed 2 suitcases that evening. I helped her carry them to her car, kissed her goodbye like it was any other day, and watched her drive away around 9 p.m. Then I went inside and started making phone calls. Update 1. The first call was to my buddy Marcus, who works in IT security. I explained the situation and asked if there was any way to check if Nina had been in contact with her ex. Dude. That's walking a legal line, Marcus said. I'm not asking you to hack anything. I'm asking if there's anything I can do with information I might already have access to. He was quiet for a moment. You still have her laptop? The one she uses for work? Yeah, she left it here. Said she'd grab it later this week. And you know her passwords? We share an iCloud account for photos and calendars. Then you don't need me to tell you what you can already see. I thanked him and hung up. Opened Nina's laptop. Went to her iCloud messages, the ones that synced across all her devices. And there it was. Months of texts with Dante. Starting casual around October. Hey, saw you posted about that concert. How've you been? Then more frequent. Then flirtatious. Then explicit planning. The most recent message, from earlier that afternoon. She's staying at Becca's tonight. Finally told him we need space. I'll come over around 8. Nina's response. Perfect. Can't wait to see you. I sat there for maybe 20 minutes, just reading through months of lies. Every yoga class had been Dante. Every girls' night had been Dante. Every time she told me she loved me while planning to see him the next day. I took screenshots of everything, sent them to my email. Then I made more calls. Called a locksmith. I need my locks changed tomorrow morning. First thing, can you do 8 a.m.? Sure, I have an opening. Address. I gave it to him. Then I called my lawyer, a friend from college who specialized in real estate. Ben, I need to know my rights. If someone's been living in my condo, but they're not on the deed or lease, what's my legal standing? It's your property? Completely. My name only. Then legally, they're a guest. You can ask them to leave whenever you want. But if they've established residency, mail going there, ID with that address, you might need to go through a formal eviction process depending on your state. What if their ID still has their old address? What if they've never officially changed their address? Then they're just a guest. You can ask them to leave and change the locks. Thanks, Ben. I checked Nina's wallet, which she'd left in her nightstand. Her driver's license still showed her old apartment address from before she moved in with me. She'd never updated it. The next morning, Wednesday, the locksmith showed up at 8:04 a.m. By 8:45 a.m., I had new locks on every door. By 9:30 a.m., I'd packed everything of Nina's into boxes. Clothes, toiletries, books, those ridiculous candles, her plants, everything. Stacked them neatly in the building's storage unit in the basement. Then I wrote a note, printed it on regular printer paper, taped it to the front door. Nina, your belongings are in storage unit 4B in the basement. The building manager has been notified and will let you in to collect them. I've changed the locks. You no longer have access to this condo. I know about Dante. I know you've been seeing him for months. I know needing space was just code for wanting to try things with him without losing your safety net. Consider the net removed. Don't contact me. Don't try to explain. We're done. Ethan. I took a photo of the note on the door, then went to work like it was any other day. Update 2. Nina called me 17 times that day. I didn't answer. She left voicemails, first confused, then angry, then crying, then angry again. I listened to exactly none of them. She texted, Ethan, what the fuck is this note? You can't just lock me out of my home. This is illegal. I'm calling the police. Please just talk to me. I can explain everything. I responded once, at 5 p.m. Your home is wherever Dante lives now. The condo was never your home. Your name was never on anything. Your belongings are in storage. The building manager expects you to collect them by Friday, or they'll be donated. Don't contact me again. She called immediately. I declined it. That evening, my doorbell camera caught her showing up around 7 p.m. She stood at the door reading the note, tried her old key, realized it didn't work, then started banging on the door. Ethan, open the door. This is insane. You can't do this. I watched through the camera feed from my phone. Didn't move from the couch. She banged for maybe 5 minutes before the building manager, Ted, came up. I'd given him a heads up earlier that day, explained the situation briefly. He was a good guy, understood. I couldn't hear their conversation through the camera, but I watched him point to the note, shake his head, gesture toward the elevator. Nina tried to argue. Ted crossed his arms. Eventually she left. Marcus came over that night with beer and pizza. Man, you're cold. I respect it, but you're cold. Am I supposed to let her keep treating me like a backup option? No, but most guys would have at least had a big confrontation first. Yelling, crying the whole show. What would that accomplish? She made her choice months ago. She just wanted to test drive Dante while keeping me around in case it didn't work out. I'm not interested in being someone's safety net. Fair. What happens now? Now she figures out her life without using my home as a base while she does it. My phone buzzed. Nina, from a different number. My friend says what you did is illegal eviction and I can sue you. I showed Marcus. He laughed. Can she? No. Her ID has her old address. She was never on the lease or deed. Legally, she was a guest. You checked all this beforehand. Obviously. Damn. Remind me never to piss you off. Update 3. Friday morning, Ted called me. She came to get her stuff. Brought her ex-boyfriend with her. They loaded everything into his truck. She cried a lot. Did she say anything? Asked if I could convince you to talk to her. I said no. She asked if you were home. I said I couldn't tell her that. She left around 10 minutes ago. Thanks for handling it, Ted. No problem. For what it's worth, I always thought she was bad news. Too friendly with the other male residents, if you know what I mean. I didn't know what he meant until he explained that Nina had apparently been overly flirtatious with several guys in the building, including Ted himself. Nothing ever happened, but it was noticeable. Made my wife uncomfortable when she'd visit. Great. More information I wish I'd had earlier. That evening, Nina's friend Becca called me. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. Ethan, I need to tell you something, Becca said. I had no idea Nina was telling you she was staying with me. She never asked. She never stayed here. I only found out about all this yesterday when she showed up actually needing a place to stay. She was with Dante the whole time. Yeah, I figured. Look, I know you two are done, but she's a mess right now. She keeps saying she made a mistake, that she wants to explain. Becca, I appreciate the call, but there's nothing to explain. She cheated. For months. She asked for space so she could be with him without guilt. She got caught. Now she's dealing with consequences. That's not complicated. She really loved you. No, she didn't. People who love you don't do what she did. She says Dante dumped her. That made me pause. When? Yesterday. Apparently once Nina actually moved in with him, he realized it wasn't what he wanted. So now she has nowhere to go. That's unfortunate, but it's not my problem. Ethan, come on. Becca, I need you to hear this clearly. Nina made her choices. She chose to cheat. She chose to lie. She chose Dante. The fact that it didn't work out doesn't mean she gets to come back to what she left behind. I'm done. Please don't call me about this again. I hung up. Blocked her number 2. Final update. That was 3 months ago. I haven't spoken to Nina since. She tried emailing a few times. Long, rambling messages about how she was confused and made mistakes and never meant to hurt me. I read the first one, deleted the rest without reading them. Through mutual friends, I heard she moved back in with her parents for a while. Dante apparently started seeing someone new almost immediately after they broke up, which suggests Nina was probably not his only side situation. She's working retail now, trying to save up for her own place. Marcus told me last week that she's been telling people I was controlling and kicked her out over nothing, that she needed space to work on herself, and I couldn't handle it. I don't care enough to correct the record. People who know me know the truth. People who don't aren't worth convincing. The condo feels different now. Quieter, but in a good way. I got rid of her candles, donated the plants to a neighbor who actually wanted them, and finally set up the home office I'd been planning before Nina moved in and turned that room into her creative space that she never actually used. I've been on a few dates. Nothing serious yet, but I'm not rushing. For the first time in 4 years, I'm not worried about someone else's needs or feelings or hidden agendas. I'm just existing in my space, doing what I want when I want. My sister asked me last month if I had any regrets about how I handled things. Do you wish you'd given her a chance to explain? No. There's nothing she could say that would change what she did. And giving her that chance would have just turned into her trying to manipulate me into taking her back. I did what I needed to do to protect myself. You really didn't see it coming? The cheating. I saw signs. I ignored them because I wanted to believe I was wrong. Lesson learned. Which is, trust your gut. And when someone asks for space, give them so much space they can't find their way back. Edit. A lot of people are asking if I kept any of the screenshots or evidence. Yes, I have everything saved and backed up in 3 places. If Nina tries to claim I did anything illegal or tries to come after me legally, I have months of proof that she was cheating and lying. My lawyer has copies too. So far she hasn't tried anything, probably because she knows I have receipts. Edit 2. For those saying I should have confronted her about Dante before kicking her out. Why? What would that have accomplished besides giving her a chance to lie more or try to manipulate me into forgiving her? She made her choices. I made mine. I don't know someone who betrayed me a dramatic confrontation just because it would make for better television.